All right, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Croissant, and I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Because last week was crazy, guys. We had the State of Play, the Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase, PC Gaming Show, the freaking Switch 2 came out, and I was expecting Nintendo to step in with a direct, but we haven't heard anything, as they're probably basking in their Switch 2 hype. Freaking 3 million units sold in the first day, right? But like, wouldn't that make it a good time to showcase some newer Switch 2 games? Right, for the people who didn't buy a Switch 2 because of the lack of the launch library? Or whatever. One thing from last week I need to talk about is the reveal of Xbox's newest handheld, the Xbox Ally. But not because the handheld is cool, and I do think it is pretty cool, but because we got Silksong news, guys. We finally got it. They had Silksong gameplay running on the Xbox Ally, and it was glorious. The gameplay footage itself is pretty bare bones, right? We see Hornet jumping on enemies, using her needle to hook onto walls and like propel herself forward. Because parkour and like the Path of Pain were crazy enough in Hollow Knight. I cannot imagine what they're gonna cook up in Silksong. And I think over the course of the last 6 years, guys, we've got more footage of possible aliens than actual footage of Silksong. But today, we can proudly say that Silksong is real. The One Piece is real, and it is coming out this year. We still don't know when, but we kind of got a window for the release. So they revealed this handheld, right? It's pretty cool. It can play games on Steam, Game Pass, Battle.net, Ubisoft launchers, whatever. And after the reveal, Sarah Bond, the president of Xbox, talks a bit more about the console. And I never thought I'd say this, guys, but she actually says something that made me happy. She said Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. So they're not saying that Silksong will release with the handheld, but rather that it will be available on the Xbox Ally when the console drops. We have no release date besides late 2025 for the console. So Silksong could drop, before late 2025 on other consoles. Either way, it's going to drop really soon, guys. It's already the middle of freaking June. But I feel the Xbox Ally is going to be closer to like a late November, early December release, right, to compete with Switch 2 sales in that respect. But the only issue I see is the Ally seems really powerful, right? You're going to be able to play across all these launchers. This thing is going to be freaking $900 minimum. So I don't know how they're going to compete with the $450 Switch 2, with Donkey Kong, hopefully Metroid Prime, and who knows what else Nintendo has in store for us, right? But on the flip side, you buy this $900 console, you now have access to all of Game Pass. Obviously, you have to pay for Game Pass, but you have access to Game Pass, all of your Steam library, Epic library, and more on day one. Because you buy 3 Switch games, right? Switch 2 games, you're down $250 after tax. Let's be real. And if I had to make a guess, I would say that Silksong would drop around August. As like the current expected releases for August, they look pretty lackluster, guys. I mean, Mafia: The Old Country, Sword of Sea, Dying Like the Beast, which is probably the biggest one, Gears of War Reloaded, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the Star-Crossed World that was like on Nintendo Switch 2, Metal Gear Solid, Delta Snake Eater, Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Like, these are good games, but they're not like massive games in that respect. Besides like Dying Like the Beast with the hype that it has. But I'd say it's pretty lackluster compared to the other months. It's also my birthday in August, so that would be pretty freaking cool. It would make me personally happy, but it's definitely not dropping this month in June. July is Donkey Kong Bonanza. September is going to be Borderlands 4 and Marathon. I know it's probably going to flop, but it's still a bigger reveal nonetheless. October is going to be Pokemon Legends ZA. November is TBD for right now, but that could also mean that the Ally drops in November. So maybe August or November for Hollow Knight. Those are my 2 guesses, but August would be like my prime guess. But that's all I got for today, guys. I'm a huge Hollow Knight fan. I 100%ed it on PC, got all the achievements, beat the Pantheons, beat it on Steel Soul mode. This game is in my top 10, no question. And I'm just excited to finally get Silksong. So let me know in the comments, are y'all hyped for Silksong? Are you guys gonna get the Xbox Ally? What is your favorite fruit? Because mine is either bananas or probably apples. Yeah, apples with some peanut butter. That slaps. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.